A sudden development inside one of South Africa's correctional facilities has sent ripples far beyond prison walls, and tonight, many are asking a single, urgent question: what is really happening to Michael Sandlana? In a country where politics and public trust are constantly tested, the latest prison update involving Michael Sandlana has ignited concern, speculation, and renewed political debate. Reports suggest that recent administrative changes to his detention conditions have drawn attention from supporters, critics, and political observers alike. While official statements remain measured, the reaction across South Africa has been anything but quiet. Michael Sandlana, once a visible figure in regional political circles, now finds himself at the center of a story that speaks to something far larger than one individual. His incarceration, which followed legal proceedings that drew national attention, marked a dramatic shift from public platform to confinement. Now, this new development has reopened conversations about accountability, institutional transparency, and the treatment of high-profile detainees within South Africa's correctional system. According to sources familiar with the matter, recent adjustments to Sandlana's daily routine and security classification have prompted concern among his supporters. While the Department of Correctional Services has not publicly confirmed every detail circulating online, officials have reiterated that all inmates are subject to the same regulatory framework under South African law. The situation unfolds within the broader oversight of the Department of Correctional Services, the institution responsible for managing detention facilities across the country. South Africa's correctional system operates under constitutional mandates that prioritize both accountability and human dignity, a framework rooted in the nation's democratic evolution since 1994. Any perceived deviation from that framework inevitably draws scrutiny. Reports suggest that the latest update may involve restrictions on visitation schedules and adjustments to movement within the facility. Such measures, if confirmed, are typically implemented for administrative or security reasons. However, in politically sensitive cases, routine decisions can quickly take on national significance. Supporters of Sandlana have expressed concern through organized statements and social media commentary, emphasizing the need for transparency. They argue that clarity from authorities would reduce speculation and prevent misinformation. At the same time, critics maintain that due process must remain the guiding principle, warning against politicizing routine correctional management decisions. This reaction highlights a deeper tension within South Africa's political climate. Trust in institutions remains a central theme in national discourse. From parliament to local government offices, public confidence in accountability mechanisms has been repeatedly tested. When a high-profile inmate receives attention, it inevitably intersects with these broader anxieties. Observers note that cases involving prominent political figures often serve as symbolic tests of institutional strength. The question is not only about one individual's conditions of detention. It is about whether the rule of law is applied consistently and without favor or prejudice. In a democracy shaped by a history of inequality and reform, the optics of fairness matter as much as the procedures themselves. Within Sandlana's political network, allies have urged calm while calling for lawful engagement. They emphasize that any concerns should be addressed through official oversight bodies, including parliamentary committees and independent correctional inspectors. South Africa's legal framework provides avenues for reviewing detention conditions, and these mechanisms are designed precisely for moments like this. Meanwhile, legal analysts caution against drawing premature conclusions. Administrative updates within correctional facilities are not uncommon. Transfers, classification reviews, and schedule adjustments occur regularly across the country. What elevates this case is not necessarily the action itself, but the profile of the individual involved. Public reaction has also revealed the power of digital platforms in shaping narratives. Within hours of the update circulating, commentary spread rapidly, often blending verified information with unconfirmed claims. In a politically charged environment, such amplification can influence public perception long before official clarification emerges. Political parties across the spectrum have approached the matter carefully. Some have called for transparency without directly criticizing authorities. Others have framed the situation as a reminder of the importance of institutional independence. What remains consistent is the recognition that this issue touches on national principles, fairness, accountability, and equal treatment under the law. South Africa's constitution, often described as one of the most progressive globally, guarantees rights to all individuals, including those incarcerated. These protections exist alongside the state's obligation to maintain order and security. Balancing those responsibilities is not always simple, especially when public attention intensifies scrutiny. For correctional authorities, the challenge is twofold: ensuring operational integrity while maintaining public confidence. In high-profile cases, silence can be interpreted as secrecy, yet over-disclosure can compromise institutional procedures. Striking the right balance is essential. The broader political implications cannot be ignored. If the situation escalates through legal challenges or parliamentary inquiries, it could reopen debates about correctional reform. South Africa has faced long-standing concerns about overcrowding, resource constraints, and rehabilitation effectiveness. Any spotlight on a specific inmate may inadvertently draw attention to systemic pressures within the entire system. There is also the question of precedent. How authorities handle Sandlana's case could shape public expectations for future high-profile detentions. Consistency is critical. Perceived inconsistency risks fueling narratives of selective treatment, whether positive or negative. At this stage, what is confirmed remains limited. What is clear, however, is the level of public engagement. In a society where political trust remains fragile, even administrative updates can become catalysts for national conversation. The coming days may bring clarification. Official briefings, legal filings, or oversight reviews could either settle concerns or deepen scrutiny. For now, the story sits at a crossroads between institutional procedure and political symbolism. Michael Sandlana's journey from public prominence to incarceration already represented a significant chapter in South Africa's political landscape. This latest development adds another layer, one that underscores the enduring tension between power, accountability, and perception. As South Africa continues to navigate complex political realities, moments like this test more than individual reputations. They test systems. They test public trust. They test the resilience of democratic principles under pressure. And as the nation watches closely, one truth remains undeniable: in South Africa's evolving democracy, what happens behind prison walls rarely stays there.